Amy, do you have anything to add? I mean, I know you consult a lot of large organizations about their overall risk to climate.
And I think Kevin gave a really nice answer at the outset, and the framework that we use when we're consulting for clients on this is thinking about the risk to the asset. So what's within your footprint that you control? So that's the damage. What's the potential that your asset could suffer harm? Scott just talked about people risk and operations. Will you need to change the way you operate because of exposed to extreme weather? But I find an often overlooked issue is people's ability to respond to an emergency. We know that, again, if I come back to the point of scarcity, that in areas of water scarcity, will we have firefighting water available in the future? And that doesn't just have to be from wildfires. It could be a standard, if you're a household, a standard kitchen fire. Do we have access to the same resources for emergency response that we would expect to at all times of year? Once you've looked at that asset level, you then need to, as Kevin rightly identified, look at the system in which you operate and whether that's the supply chain vulnerabilities you have, whether that's customers not being there, but critically as well, infrastructure we think about. So anyone in Louisiana already thinks about their exposure to wind and how that may impact power as poles may come down and they have to wait for those poles to be put back up to get back connected to the grid. But we also see infrastructure vulnerabilities when it comes to moving goods and goods in particular. I think it was 2022 when the Mississippi was in severe drought and we saw farmers having to leave their crops to rot in the fields because the barges couldn't get the product to market because the Mississippi was in drought. I think it was 23 that we saw droughts in the Panama Canal. We saw in a lot of the European rivers where boats were having to travel with sort of 30% of their normal cargo, or in the case of the Panama Canal, go around the bottom of South America because not enough water was flowing through. And so how do you model those vulnerabilities, both at the asset level and within the system level, to understand how you start to prioritize investments in resilience? Because one of the things that we always say in our own organizations, we're in the privileged position of being able to do absolutely anything. The problem is we can't do everything. So how are you going to prioritize and get the biggest benefit for the resilience investments you make? And ideally, we try to look for co-benefits. How can you do something? What are the interventions that you can make that not only boost resilience, but they also potentially boost attractiveness to tenants, or they may make your business more efficient and greener, as well as more resilient. So how can we find co-benefits to make them easier to invest in?
Unlock your potential with lessons from the best in the business. This exclusive event is hosted by Elizabeth Blossfield, Chad Hemingway, Andrea Wells, Alan Lehman, and Ezra Amaker. Visit riskyfuture.com to view the on-demand videos.